Should I
आपका
start?
म्यूट है प्रभु जी, विजय माधव प्रभु.
Yeah, we'll be more than happy to hear the class from the boy who was just jumping around on the sofas here and there. We're extremely sorry. May he develop the best of the Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much. I'm actually very nervous to speak in front of all of you. I've heard Prabhu growing up and then learned so much from him. So please forgive me for any of my offenses, and I need your blessings so that I can do something for the pleasure of the Vaishnavas, Guru and Gauranga.
If you make any mistake, we'll give you more chance to correct your mistakes. Don't worry.
Thank you so much, bro. Thank you. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girvaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanyam Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaitam Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanyam Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrindam Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Sham Sundar Radha Sham Sundar Radhe Jaya Radha Damodar Jaya Radha Damodar Jaya Radha Damodar Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jai Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudire Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtaki. Hare Krishna. So I'm quickly going to share my screen so that everyone can see the verse. I think I don't have the rights to share.
Daddy, can you make him co-host?
I'll do that.
What happened, Prabhu?
I can share my screen.
Okay, okay.
Hare Krishna. So I'm quickly going to share my screen so that everyone can see the verse. I think I don't have the rights to share. I'll do that.
What happened, Prabhu?
I can share my screen. Yeah, can do it now. Uh, can I? Can everyone see the screen? I
Yes,
think.
yes.
Yeah. Nice. So we'll start with the verse. Just a sec. I want to see everyone. Yeah. Arjuna Vacha Senayorubhayormadhe Ratam Sthape Me Achyuta Yavadeta Niriksheham Yudhyo Kamanavastitan Kair Maya Saha Yottapyam Asmin Rana Samaudyame Arjuna Vacha Senayorubhayormadhe Ratam Sthape Me Achyuta Yavadetan Yudhau Kamanavastitan Kairmaya Saha Yodhavyam Asmin Rana Samaudyame Arjuna Vacha Senayorubhayormadhe Ratam Sthapyame Achyuta Yavadetan Niriksheham Yudau Kamanavastitan Kairmaya Saha Yodhavyam Asmin Rana Samaudyame. So Arjuna Vacha, Arjuna said, Sainayo of the armies, Ubayo, both, Madhe, between, Ratam, the chariot, Stapaya, please keep, May, my, Achyuta, O infallible one, Yavat, as long as, Etan, all these, Nirikshe, may look upon, Aham, I, Yudhyo Kaman, desiring to fight, Avastitan, I read on the battlefield, I ride on the battlefield, Kai, with whom, Maya, by me, Saha, together, Yodhavyam, have to fight, Asmin in this Rana strife, Samodhyame in the attempt. Translation and interpreted by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Arjuna said, O infallible one, please draw my chariot between the two armies so that I may see those present here who desire to fight, and with whom I must contend in this great trial of arms. Purport. Although Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, out of his causeless mercy, he is engaged in the service of his friend. He never fails in his affection for his devotees, and thus he is addressed herein as infallible. As a charioteer, he had to carry out the orders of Arjuna, and since he did not hesitate to do so, he is addressed as infallible. Although he had accepted the position of a charioteer for his devotee, his supreme position was not challenged. In all circumstances, he was the supreme personality of Godhead Rishikesha, the Lord of the total senses. The relationship between the Lord and his servitor is very sweet and transcendental. The servitor is always ready to render service to the Lord, and similarly, the Lord is always seeking an opportunity to render some service to the devotee. He takes greater pleasure in his pure devotees, assuming the advantageous position of ordering him than he does in being the giver of the orders. Since he is a master, everyone is under his control, and no one is above him to order him. But when he finds that a pure devotee is ordering him, he obtains transcendental pleasure, although he is the infallible master in all circumstances. As a pure devotee of the Lord, Arjuna had no desire to fight with his cousins and brothers, but he was forced to come onto the battlefield by the obstinacy of Duryodhana, who was never agreeable to any peaceful negotiation. Therefore, he was very anxious to see who the leading persons present on the battlefield were. Although there was no question of a peacemaking endeavor on the battlefield, he wanted to see them again and to see how much they were bent upon demanding an unwanted war. Om Gyanti Mirandasya Gyananjana Chakshururmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruvai Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadameyam Tatati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapadagamlam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Satkrajatam Sahagana Raghunatamritam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhamritam Shah. हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांत नमस्तुते जयतां सुरतो पंगुर्मम मंदमतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्व पदाम्बोजो राधा मदन मोहन दिव्याद्वृन्दारण्य कल्पद्रुम श्रीमत् रत्नागर सिंहासनस्थो श्रीमत् राधा शील गोविंदे वेशलाभिसेवमानो स्मरामि श्रीमान रासरसारंभी वंशी वटतस्थिता कर्षन्वेणुस्वनेर्गोपी गोपीनाथ श्रेयसुना पंचतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तिशक्तिकम् नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतशे नमः नमस्ते गिरिराजाय श्री गोवर्धन नामिने अशेष क्लेशनाशाय परमानंददायिने तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं हरि ओम तत्सत् General pranam to all the devotees, to my Diksha Siksha Gurus, His Grace Vijaymadha Prabhu, and all the wonderful devotees here. I fall in your lotus feet and seek forgiveness if I make any mistakes in this attempt. So, before these verses, Sanjaya had was giving the description of how the armies were in the battlefield. They were facing each other. He was giving the description of who was in which army. There was Dhristadyumna here. There was Bhishma Pitama in the Kaurava side. There were Bhim, Yudhishthira, all these big warriors who were enough to kill any big army of that time, even today's time. So he went on describing how they were standing and what the scene was. And then he told about the blowing of the conches. So all these big warriors had their own conch. The sound of the conch was so huge that it could scare any big warrior. Even it was. I mean, the description given is wonderful. So everything was so majestic, and then so the war cry had been chanted, and now Arjuna he had some other plans. He wanted to go right in between of both the armies, and he told his charioteer Krishna that please take my chariot in between both these armies. So Krishna here, he's doing the job of a very menial servant. Like in today's time, if somebody is a driver, that person is not looked upon very respectfully. And Krishna was ready to obey all the orders of Arjuna. Whatever he would he would order him, he was ready to accept it. Back then, when the warrior was on the chariot and fighting, he used to engage both his hands holding the bow and the arrow. So sometimes to give the direction of the chariot, he used to kick on the back of the chariot, and Krishna was ready to accept that. So this is what Prabhupada is trying to explain this purport, that he never fails in his affection for his devotees. So he just loves when a devotee orders him. and he's been doing this perfectly all throughout this in this war of Kurukshetra. So wherever Arjuna is ordering him to go, Krishna is taking him, and that is the greatness of the Lord, like ordering the accepting the instructions and working in that direction. So in the ninth canto, chapter 4, there's a verse Aham Bhakta Paradina, and which means that I'm always in the control of my devotees, and I'm not at all independent. So Krishna, there've been so many instances in so many different leelas where he has um, taken up the service of his devotees. He used to agree to the demands of the gopis and the demands of Mother Yashoda, Nand Maharaj. And the devotees also used to love that reciprocal changes, the reciprocal exchanges between the Lord and I mean, they didn't consider him as a Lord, but because of the parental affection or the Madhurya Bhav. But the Lord was um, taking great pleasure in accepting the requests or probably sometimes even demands of the devotees. So also this is a very important verse for the context of Bhagavad Gita, because this is from where Arjuna starts realizing that, okay, maybe I'm not in a position to fight. These people who are in front of me are my friends, my cousins, my grandsire Bhishma, my teachers. So maybe this is not a good idea to fight against them, or if I have to just win a kingdom, a piece of land after killing my men, what will I gain after that? I won't have anybody to enjoy this piece of land with. So the dilemma starts after this verse when when Krishna takes him in between both these armies. So, and that is the setting of the scene. Arjuna did not have, so to speak, from the worldly perspective, somebody might just say that Arjuna is a pure devotee of Krishna. Why did he need to get bewildered? Or also Krishna was leading him as a charioteer. He isn't so dumb that he would be getting bewildered by seeing his men around him. So one of the very important thing that I took out from this verse, or a few verses after this, is that Krishna wanted to convey the message of Bhagavad Gita, and this had to be done through Arjuna. And he put him in the state of bewilderment and in the state of where he did not want to fight with his people. So and then Krishna starts on with explaining that whatever Arjuna is thinking is not correct, and then he has to do his dharma. So yeah, so there are two things that in summary I got from this verse. The first one was the position that Krishna accepts, um, his desire to serve his devotees, and that's what he loves doing. He wants that his devotees give him instructions, and also he wanted to convey the message of Bhagavad Gita, and he chose the battlefield of Kurukshetra to and Arjuna the medium to do this. Also, in verse 22, Prabhupada mentioned in the purport that Arjuna did not have any desire to fight with his cousins, but he was forced to come to the battlefield of Kurukshetra because of what Duryodhana was doing. He was not ready for a negotiation. And even though he knew that this is not going anywhere, he still came to the battlefield. But now when he's here finally, he's like, no, maybe I should go back. We're happy together when my people are there. I'm good about it. I don't want to fight on this battlefield, I won't be getting anything. So but yeah, so but right before that, he wanted to see them again, probably for the last time, or maybe if he had decided to go back and not do the war at all, he would have probably done that if Bhagavad Gita was not spoken. So this is my understanding of the verse. Vijayawada Prabhu, if you would like to add something, or if you would put some.
Yes, I will certainly add that we have done a fantastic job.
Oh, no problem.
And if you think we have made some mistakes, we'll give you more chances to correct the mistake. So be available.
I appreciate that.
All right. Very nice job. I like.
Hare Krishna, just to let you know, we still have 8 minutes. If you want, you can take more shlokas. That's all right. We don't limit people.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Up to
So
you, if you're ready.
Is 10:30 not the hard stop here, or? Okay.
No, we still have 8 minutes. So
Okay,
if you
fine.
wish, if you're okay with
Sure.
it, you can take one more shloka, no problems.
Sure. So can I just continue on this probably for for a few more minutes? Towards the end of Kartik, we were in Govardhan with His Grace Purjan Prabhu, and he was doing a very small retreat on the foothills of Govardhan for us. So every morning he used to take us to the Govardhan Valley right next to Girirajji, and he used to tell us that, tell your story to Giriraj and ask whatever you want to ask from him. And he told us one thing, that Giriraj knows you in and out, and he reciprocates. So don't try to cheat with him. Don't try to show something that you're not. I'm just paraphrasing him, but this is what he told. So, and his mood was that Krishna or Giriraj, they reciprocate. Like Giriraj and Krishna, they're not different. He reciprocates everything that a devotee can even imagine for. And Arjuna was in a position where his older cousin was already there in Dwarka, asking for help, and then Arjuna also had gone there for asking help from Krishna. He knew that Krishna is not going to fight, and also because Duryodhana was already there, he was standing at the feet of Krishna. Duryodhana was on his head. Both of them were waiting for Krishna to wake up. Arjuna knew in his mind that what he had to ask, so he was not worried. And Duryodhana was scared that what if Arjuna gets the first opportunity to ask as a help from Krishna, and that's what Krishna exactly did. He woke up from his yoga nidra, and he saw Arjuna standing right in front of his feet. So he made an attempt to ask Arjuna to ask what is he here for, and that made Duryodhana really anxious, because in his mind all throughout he was thinking that what if he gets the first opportunity, and he got it, and that scared him. And then he put out a point that I was here before him, and then Krishna looks at him and he says, okay, but I saw him first, so he gets to ask. And Arjuna could have asked for the army of Krishna, because Krishna was not anyways fighting. He had already declared that he was going to be there as even if he goes to the war, he'll be there as a spectator. But Arjuna did not. He asked for Krishna. So and Krishna was there for him. Because of Krishna, these Pandavas won that war. Because of Krishna being on their side, they could have everything on their end. And though Dharma was with them, and then this was actually a planning of Krishna. But the point I'm trying to make over here is it's a reciprocation that Krishna provides. Arjuna asked for Krishna, and Krishna gave himself completely to, like, completely surrendering himself to Arjuna. So I could relate this with what Burjan Prabhu had said the other day, that he knows your story, he knows you in and out, and he reciprocates. So this is such a wonderful example that I've felt in my life and in the life of a lot of devotees that I've spoken to, that if you ask something from Krishna, Krishna provides. And probably you should, the only person that you should be asking for in this world is Krishna. He's the one who can only provide. It's not your parents or your employers or your family. Of course, they become they become a medium to give you your necessities, but Krishna sends them to you. He takes the best care of his devotees, and he likes to get instructions or play that role of being subordinate to his pure devotees, and also to the devotees of his devotees. So yeah, this was one of the things that came to my mind, and I could relate it with this verse. So yeah, we still have some time left. I don't
That's
think
okay. That's
yeah.
okay.
If
All right, sure.
like to add
Thank you so
something, yeah,
much to
something.
Vishnu
Sorry.
Ananta Das Prabhuji. Thank you so much for your first discourse here in Ekachakradham. We leave the forum to all the other Vaishnavas. If they have questions, if they
Hare
if they have
Krishna, Visnu Ananta Das Prabhu ki jai. Wonderful class, Prabhuji. Jai. We'll put your name in the alumni group. So the fourth Friday of every